Hey friends, Jeff and Amy here with RV Optimizer, and we have two main goals that we're going to accomplish in this video over the course of the next couple days. The first is we're going on our very first trip in our new RV, the Freedom Aire from Newmar. So we're going to get to figure out, learn it as we go. The second goal we have is to go to a RV park that is highly praised, is a hidden gem, great location, really cool things there and about. So we're gonna go check it out in Sedona, Arizona, at a place called Rancho Sedona. And how close it is to downtown, and we brought our e-bikes with us, so we're gonna zoom around and share that with you guys as well. So stick with us. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do, so that you can not only join us on this trip, but in the future ones as well. So let's get going. Okay, so we just made it to Rancho Sedona. Now we're going to take you through real quick, actually, our setup process of what we do once we arrive. Let's do it. So first thing we're going to do is get here to the Victron inverter, and we're going to tap it here, go right here. And this is where we're going to take it off of the charge only mode, which is what it was doing when we were driving here. And we will turn the inverter on and hit set. And we have it set to 30 amp. And we heard the beeps already, so things are already starting up, and now I can go hook shore power up to it. So on this rig, the thing that's kind of cool is there's not a plug in here and then put the cord and go plug it in. The cord is already plugged in, and we're just going to go now and plug into the 30 amp and flip the breaker on. And we should hear it click. There we go. See, and then this little guy tucks right here, and that way I can close the door with the cord. Now I'm gonna hook up the water. Slide that down, put that there, hook this up. All right, so the last part of our setup is to put the leveling jacks down. So that's what we're gonna do right now. So wanted to share some shots with you guys of our beautiful spot here that we have at Rancho Sedona RV Park. Great campsite, nestled in here, really nice, and it's an all wooded area, which is kind of rare to find in Arizona, but just a great place to come. So before we leave Rancho Sedona, there was one other person we wanted to speak with, and that who was nice enough to come talk to us was Margaret. Margaret is the owner of Rancho, and I want to ask her a few questions that I think you guys may be interested in as well. So my first question to you is, how long have you owned this property?
Almost 30 years.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
And
that's why I have gray hair.
Well, it's at least you have hair. Did you say, though, that the property had kind of been in somewhat of a similar use for almost 100 years?
Almost 100 years.
Yeah, that's
and
amazing.
We have old pictures of like the old rigs. It's really cool.
I was going to say, you had to have seen some dramatic changes between when you first got involved to now.
Oh, definitely.
What would be one of the biggest things?
So the park was completely different. It didn't look like this. So there was a mishmash of old RVs. There was a mishmash of old trailers. There were park models all throughout. And so over the years, I worked on and I upgraded several times on, your infrastructure, even though nobody sees it. And now it's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful. You've done an awesome job, I gotta say. And if there's one thing that you would want anybody that could potentially come here to know about the property, what would that one thing be?
That's a good question. That it's a great location.
Yes, it is.
It's a beautiful area. We're a quarter of a mile from hiking. We're a quarter of a mile from Tlaquepaque, which is shops, galleries, and restaurants. Hillside's a half a mile, which is the same, restaurants and nice galleries. And Uptown's a mile, and you can walk to it.
Yeah, we love bringing our electric bikes because we can just zoom right into town and get something to eat and come right back.
Exactly.
And one of the things I find unique for Arizona is when you come to a campsite that is almost all shaded. That's almost unheard of in Arizona. And I know that's not something you necessarily did, but you really took advantage of it, I think.
I've worked a lot on the trees to save the trees because we've had to, unfortunately, cut down some of the old cottonwoods, which were over 100 years old. But we trim trees every year in January for one whole week so that we have the trees that we have.
So I want to ask you this because we've been here maybe 3 or 4 times. How do you start that type of culture that you build in something that's just so well maintained and things are just kept up so nicely? I notice as soon as somebody leaves, you have a crew running in there, they're doing and working on the landscape and cleaning things up there and just tidying stuff up. And the picnic tables are always clean and that's not the same at most parks you go to. How do you start that type of thing?
It's not the same.
Yeah.
So, well, number one, I'm very detail orientated.
We have that in common.
But the other thing is I've kind of gone by what my guests want.
Yeah.
So the reason why there's a 10 o'clock dark sky ordinance is because that's Sedona. Because if you just walk outside the park, you'll see the fabulous stars. If you walk completely up Schnebly, which is a half a mile or so, if you walk up, you'll see it's pitch black out and you see all the stars then. And so that's why we have the 10 o'clock. And then the other rules, I've kind of gone by what people do and don't do and what we try to keep it enjoyable for everybody.
So second to last question for you. How is there certain times of year that just like, man, you need months in advance to book here versus other times you
Pretty
could...
much all the time.
Isn't that awesome?
If you're a large rig, it's 2 years basically. So
Oh my gosh.
Every January we start so we take reservations now all of this year and then all of the following year. January, then it's the following year after that. So we're always 2 years in advance basically.
That is amazing. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
That's awesome.
I've worked hard. It hasn't been like that always.
What's the most amusing thing that you've witnessed in your 30 years overseeing, owning this park?
I think it's some of the questions that you get.
Yeah?
Sometimes it's common sense. Common sense is no longer there. So
That's in a lot of things, I'm afraid.
yeah, but I enjoy it. I have good staff and and we want people to have a good time. The park is 10 acres. It has 84 sites. We take up to 45 in length and we take slide outs and it's a great location. There's many things. If you're a hiker, biker, you name it, like to go shopping, tons of things to go do.
Yeah, and we rode around the park. We filmed and got a little bit of an experience there. We're showing people as we're talking here. And I couldn't agree more. If you're planning on coming to the area, I would highly recommend looking up this park. Margaret does an awesome job, and her staff, I feel like, and I don't know this answer to this, but I feel like they've all been with you for quite a while. Yeah. And so they have that same DNA that you have.
Yes, they do.
And you can tell when you talk to them. They're enjoyable, but they're going to tell you what and how to operate things. And I just think it's a step up and a little bit different than what you experience in a lot of parks. So if you're coming through Sedona, I highly recommend stopping. Margaret, thanks for taking a few minutes with us.
Thank you.
All right. I want to kind of give you an idea of what it's like after our first night in our new RV and share some of our learning experiences with you guys. Now, because this RV does not have a generator, this is kind of what I call the heartbeat, the lifeline of this entire power system that we have in the Freedom Aire. These are 960 amp hours of lithium batteries with a 3,000 watt inverter. So there is nothing you can't run by just flipping the switch on inside, whether you're going down the road or parked or hooked up to shore power or not. Let me show you the inside. You're right above the door. This is what I have learned that becomes really your best friend on trying to make sure you understand the status of your batteries, your charge, what's charging, what's not charging, what power is coming from. So in this case, we're hooked up to shore power, and you can see there's 30 watts there again, fluctuating coming in from shore power. And the reason is it's only requiring that much to run the things that we have going on in the RV right now. So the inverter is into float charging mode. Nothing really coming in from the solar panels at this point. And you can see our batteries at 99% full capacity. And what I have found is when you click on this little device up in the left-hand corner, this allows you to quickly change how the inverter is set up. So when you click on this, you have your options to turn your inverter on, off, or in charge only mode. So let's hear from the other half on your first impressions, Aim, after spending 2 days and 1 night so far in the new Freedom Aire.
I love kitchen space. This has wonderful kitchen space. This has, this granite has inlays that have cutting boards on the opposite side. I've removed them. I want you to see this great big sink. This is really cool, I think. And also on Amazon for like 20 bucks, I found an insert. It's a standard size rectangle. So this fits, it's got the rubber feet so it doesn't go making noise bouncing down the road. I will say, there's really nice hardware in here, or faucets. But the kitchen is plumbed so that the hot water is when the faucet's handle is turned to the right. And the bathroom is plumbed so that the hot water is on the left. I thought that was kind of interesting. Once you learn it, you know it, you can work with it. It's not a problem. But I do love this. I love this long countertop. It's all cleared off for the purpose of the video, but I promise you it collects things constantly and we're always moving stuff around. The induction cooktop is a pretty cool thing because you can remove it and cook outside if you have something stinky like fish, or you just want to be out there. There's a television out there and there's an AC plug. I think that's really cool. I haven't used it like that yet, but I think it's cool. The storage is amazing. Okay, come back over here, Jeff. Let me show them. I bought this shelf. I think Newmar could have put adjustable shelving in here. I think it would have been a plus. We still could do that. And so you make use of all your space, but it is very spacious. I'm pretty happy with that. I've just got my bins for the things that I have. Underneath is huge. I use a small garbage can, so we take our garbage out pretty much every day. I've got my toaster oven because I'm a toaster oven girl, and I'm getting a shelving unit for that. I'll show that to you later. We'll have other little hacks and things like that that we figure out. But we haven't used all the storage yet in here. The original model, they had a cutting board here, but they have since turned it into a drawer. I think that was really smart. You needed a drawer here. The cutting board, not so much. You can use the cutting boards on the opposite side of the granite inlays, or you can bring your own cutting board. They also have this drawer that has separators, and see, I still have room for stuff. I've got one I'm not even using. The microwave, setting the clock was a real challenge. You got to be smarter than the settings on a microwave.
Unfortunately, every time you turn the inverter off, you have to reset the clock.
Yeah, you got to get good at this because you're resetting the time on the clock all the time. It's just the learning curve, and there's a lot of those on this trip.
What do you think about the fridge and freezer so far?
Love it. Plenty of freezer space. We've got our ice cubes and stuff. We haven't really put groceries in here yet.
And it gets cold really fast.
Yeah, and it stays cold. It's reliable, and that's what's important. Don't look at our food.
Okay, when we first looked at this RV, we were thinking this is the only wardrobe area, and are we going to be able to keep our stuff in here? And so far it's been okay.
So this is the genius thing Jeff thought of. We've got these, you know, these hangers, everybody has these that they hook onto each other, and so you can use the vertical storage more smartly. We don't have very much stuff in here right now. We can fit a lot in there, and we took the piece of wood off. But right down there is, I bought this just at Home Goods. It's just a linen bag, and it fits right in that spot. So that's our dirty clothes hamper. And you can access that from outside, so you can just go take your clothes to the laundry. So that's pretty cool.
I did take a shower in here this morning, and I gotta say, it worked great. It is a little snug, but it's a very nice shower.
Now we put those suction cup hooks up there. Down and slept in that last night. These are so fun and easy. You just pull these lighted sconces up and they become the legs of the bed. The table folds up into the wall, the cushions are removed, and the bed comes down over it. The bed was comfortable. I liked it. It was good.
It was.
And once we had all of our bedding on it, we went on to there's RV bedding. This is considered a king short, and there's RV bedding that are made specifically for the size of this mattress, which was really nice. I got a mattress pad and a set of sheets, and we made the whole bed up. We have our own blankets, our own pillows that we put on there, and you don't even have to make the bed. You just push the bed up. It's all there, and it's very convenient and very comfy. One of the things I noticed when we were going to sleep is how quiet the air conditioning was. We're in Arizona still. We live in Arizona. It's been grueling hot. I mean, over 100 degrees. And we're in Sedona, which is a few degrees cooler, but we still ran the air, and everything was humming quietly. It's a nice white noise. That is one thing they got right for sure on everything. All of the things that hum in this rig, the ceiling, the vent fans that are in the ceiling, the AC, even the slide when you first put it out, and the awning when you put that out, it's quiet. It doesn't sound like it's struggling. It's just smooth and nice. It really feels good. You don't sit there and go, oh, is it going to make it? Because we've been there before. As much as I love this kitchen, there are a few things that if I had a wish list, they'd be on them. When you walk in, we have a hat hook. I guess that's what it is. You could put a coat on here or whatever. This has an opportunity right here for something. And I'm nervous about puncturing any of this. So we're going to have to brainstorm and come up with some ideas of how we can hang our keys or anything else there. The same goes for the bathroom. Let me show you. This wall is completely blank, and I wish they had put something, I don't know, something to hang towels or just something in here. We're going to have to figure that out, and we will. We will, because all of these RVs that we have had, they've had different gadgetry. Some RVs we've seen have around the stove, they have like maybe a stainless steel plate with some magnets, and you could hang some things on them.
Keep things from splashing around when you're cooking.
This is what Jeff found these on the internet because I was asking for this. All I can imagine is while I'm cooking, things splashing up here and I can't get it cleaned off. That's probably not the case. This stuff is really good quality and it probably washes really well. I haven't had the experience yet, but just to be on the safe side, and especially for the netting for the windows, I don't want food or particles getting in there. So we got these on the internet, a couple bucks, and keep the splatters right there. So that's just one of the modifications that I made because I saw that opportunity and I didn't want things to go wrong. These upper cabinets, they don't have handles, and that's by design. There's white cabinetry over here that also doesn't have handles. We might get handles for these. I prefer them, but I don't know. We're going to have to work that out. That cabinet and the one above the refrigerator. So I would only need to get 3 handles, and it would be easier to get in and out. I use these cupboards all the time, so that's where I think I want them.
For full disclosure, Newmar did partner with RV Optimizer and offer us preferred pricing to get into this RV. We did buy it, however, and our goal is to give you our honest feedback on our experience. So the one thing that's kind of cool, Newmar does a really nice job finishing out this bay where your water connections are. There's something behind our water connection isn't seated correctly, and I think it'd be a real easy fix because I know it's just a connector on the other side of this water line that's coming into the RV that's causing it to leak. I just don't know how to get back to it yet, so we're going to probably have to have a little help from the dealership there. This particular storage section here, very large, very quality feel when you open these doors up. I love that. But this also has a pass-through. You can see it goes all the way to the other side, and you have 2 big doors on the other side as well. I was trying to figure out how do we use this space. Well, there's a couple different things that I've done. Over here, I've actually cut noodles, pool noodles, so they're taut in between here, and I'm able to put them around the things that I put in this pass-through so they don't move around. The other thing that I did is you can get these online. They're little Velcro type of trunk organizers that you get. Now, it only comes with the this one side here, but when you put it on the carpet, it's amazing how you have to pull them to get them apart. What I've used these for is on this side, was that Newmar doesn't give you a place to hold your black tank hose. And so I went online and I bought a container. Now, it has the same Velcro type pieces underneath here, so it actually stays right on the carpet well, but I've also used these at different places to kind of hold it in place so it won't go anywhere. It's a great little container. You can put your hose in there. The hose has connectors on each end as well, so that you kind of keep it sanitary inside there. And this one actually has a power connector inside here too. So if we wanted to run other things outside, we can do that right from here. So really nice job on that, Newmar. Okay, so we had two goals for this video. One, go learn about our new RV and experience it by living in it for the last couple days, which we did that, check that box. And two, check out a really cool RV park, Rancho Sedona, which we were able to meet the owner and check that whole environment out. That was awesome. I would highly recommend checking out that park if you're in the area. Make sure you follow my channel and subscribe. Our next trip is going to be going to Chula Vista in California to do our first Paws Across America event, where we'll be bringing in local dog adoption companies and trying to find new homes for them. And you don't want to miss and see how that's going to work out. So until our next trip, thanks for watching, and I hope all your future trips are optimized.